Well, folks, it seems Cupid took an arrow to the kneecap this Valentine's Day. Instead of chocolates and roses, thousands of federal employees received pink slips. That's right, they were fired, let go, shown the door. And frankly, the whole thing stinks worse than a 2-week-old box of discount Valentine's candy. The details are still emerging, but early reports suggest a toxic cocktail of Trump-era policies and, believe it or not, Elon Musk's meddling. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, you're exaggerating. Musk launching cars into space is one thing, but firing government workers? But hold on to your hats, folks, because this is no joke. We're talking about potentially massive layoffs across multiple government departments. The why? Well, that's where things get murky. Some are pointing fingers at the Trump administration's ongoing mission to shrink the federal government. Remember all that talk about draining the swamp? Well, it seems like they brought in a whole fleet of industrial-sized pumps. Others are whispering about Musk's growing influence on government contracts and his penchant for automation. Is he replacing bureaucrats with bots? It wouldn't be the weirdest thing he's done this week. The truth, as always, is likely a messy combination of both. Let's start with the orange elephant in the room, Donald J. Trump. The man who once tweeted about loving the poorly educated seems to have developed a sudden aversion to employing them. His administration has been chipping away at the federal workforce for years. They've argued that it's all about cutting waste and making government more efficient. But let's be honest, folks, this isn't about balancing budgets. It's about ideology. It's about dismantling the very idea of a functioning government. And who suffers the most? Ordinary Americans who rely on government services, the folks who need help navigating the VA, securing Social Security benefits, or ensuring food safety. These firings are just the latest blow in a long-running assault on the public sector. And it's not just about the numbers, it's about demoralizing and disempowering the dedicated public servants who keep this country running. It's about eroding public trust in institutions that are supposed to serve the people, not line the pockets of corporations. Now let's talk about Elon. The man, the myth, the meme lord. He's built electric cars, sent rockets into space, and even tried to buy Twitter. So, naturally, he's decided to turn his attention to the U.S. government. After all, why stop at disrupting industries when you can disrupt democracy itself? Musk's exact role in these firings is still unclear. Some speculate that his companies, Tesla and SpaceX, have been pressuring the government to award them contracts that would be fulfilled by automated systems, not human workers. Others suggest that he's using his considerable wealth and influence to push for policies that benefit his businesses, even if it means putting people out of work. Look, I'm all for innovation, but when it comes at the expense of people's livelihoods, we need to ask some tough questions. Is Musk really interested in making government more efficient, or is he just trying to line his own pockets? And what happens when essential government functions are handed over to private corporations with their own agendas? These are questions we need to answer, and fast. Here's the bottom line, folks. These mass firings are bad news. They're bad for the economy, bad for public services, and bad for democracy itself. When government shrinks, so does its ability to serve its citizens. We're already seeing the consequences of this trend, from longer wait times at the DMV to a weakened response to natural disasters. And let's be clear, these firings won't magically make government more efficient. In fact, they're likely to make things worse. When you cut staff and resources, the remaining employees are left overworked and demoralized. This leads to burnout, lower morale, and ultimately, a decline in the quality of government services. So where do we go from here? Well, we start by demanding accountability. We need to know exactly who made the decision to fire these workers, why they did it, and what the long-term consequences will be. We need to hold our elected officials responsible for ensuring that the government works for everyone, not just the wealthy and well-connected. And we need to remember that a strong and effective government is essential for a healthy democracy. Because if we don't fight for it, who will?